Good evening. Come on in. Man. How is everyone doing? Look, I can't be looking at you all because I'm driving. I'm on the road. But I see you, but I'm not going to be looking too much. I glance, but that's it. Look over there. But listen, I wanted to come on here and talk to you all, especially the empathetic people, the pure-hearted people, us good-hearted folks, emotionally empathetic, be crying and carrying on. Watching Lifetime movies, you're just empathetic, right? You just got a pure heart. You're in touch with your emotions. You are in touch with your feelings. Crybabies, as they would call them, they're always crying about something. A gift, that's an anointing, okay? That means that you're anointed, right? Spiritually. So don't change who you are, right? But what I want to talk to you all about is those ones, the crybabies. I want to talk to them, right? The water bags. They used to call me that when I was younger. You a water bag, you always crying. We have to get our water bag in control, get our emotions in control, right? But I want to come talk to a group of people that identify as such, right? And what I want to talk about is you got to get your emotions in check. No, I'm not saying stop being sensitive to the spirit because that's what that is. I'm not saying being sensitive to the spirit, but what I'm saying is you have to get your emotions in check, right? Which means you can't allow your emotions to rule and reign in your life. Yes, you're sensitive. Yes, you're anointed. Yes, you're gifted. But there is a side of you that has been abused. You've experienced trauma. So the lines are very blurred, right? The lines have been blurred, right? So I want to talk to the other side of you, the emotional side, the trauma written side, the side of you that has been abused. You have to get that in check because if you don't get that in check, people are going to continue to use and abuse you. They are going to continue to misuse you. People know that you have that empathy and they take advantage of that. People have studied you, they know you have that empathy. And if you don't get that in check, that is going to cause you to go into a depression. That's going to steal your joy. Um, it's going to hinder you, delay you, keep you from growing, keep you from thriving. hmm Get out of your feelings, get out of your emotions. Don't allow people to abuse your emotions, use your emotions against you. Because people know that they can take advantage of you. They know they can take advantage of you because you're emotional, you're empathetic, you want people happy, you want them to feel good, you want them, you want people to, you're just, you're just a good person and you want people to thrive and be happy and be whole. People know that and they will take advantage of that. So you have to work on that part of you, that side of you. You have to work on that side of you because if you don't, but if you don't get that in check, People are going to take advantage of you. Oh yeah, that's my other term. People are going to take advantage of you. Hmm. So this is how you get your emotions in check. This is what is going to help you, because this is what helped me, right? I stopped allowing my emotions to rule. I stopped allowing my emotions to reign, and I start paying attention to people's actions and not my emotions and not what they are saying. I start paying attention to what they are doing. And that will tell you every time who people really are. Start listening to what people are saying, because you're emotional. Their words are emotional. Their words are triggering you and making you feel a certain way. Somebody could be telling you they love you, but at the same time, they're gossiping about you, slandering your name, talking bad about you. That's not love. So you have to be wise, right? You have to be wise. Hmm. So start paying attention to what people are doing, how they treat you. Exactly. It just says it all. And that's what us emotional people, us empathetic people, we didn't know how to decipher like emotions from someone, actions, because we relied a lot on and we relied a lot on my turn. Yes, we relied a lot on people and what they were saying, because we're emotional. Oh, they said I love you. They said they wouldn't do that. And we believed them too, like a fool. But we didn't know. Hold on. Hold on, you all. Yeah. Put my seatbelt back on. Mm. Again, we have to get that in check, right? Get that in check so that, make sure I'm turning down the right road. Hold on, you all. But yeah, get that in check so we won't be ruled by our emotions. And people will play on that, keep us emotional, keep us in these emotional roller coasters. But once you heal and you identify that, you identify, um, park, park here, behind, I can park here. Yeah. But once you identify that and realize you can't listen to people and what they are, what they are saying, and you pay attention to what they're doing, how they're treating you, and how they're making you feel, your life will get so much better. It will get so much better. It only took me 40 years to realize that. It only took me 40 years to finally get myself together and realize that I can't be allowing people to. That's what happens when you have not dealt with your childhood issues or your childhood shortcomings and your upbringing, things that you never address. You tend to allow more abuse than you ought to. You tend to have more tolerance for people than you ought to. You tend to give people 300, 500, 365 chances, 1,000. You tend to give people too many chances, right? And that's because you've been abused. That's because you've been taught to endure, right? That's because you've been taught to long suffer. No one say, "Oh, let me teach you how to long suffer." You watched other people do it, right? You watched people um suffer, um, put up with people and not have boundaries. Especially a lot of us brown people, a lot of us haven't, we're not raised to have boundaries. We were raised in dysfunction as far as allowing family to abuse us and then continue that and say because it's family, you got to continue that abuse. People are not doing that anymore. Folks are waking up and walking away from their families, like, and it's sad that people have to do that, but I understand. I'm not judging anyone. I understand because it's like how long I have to endure and teach you. No, no, I don't have time to teach grown people how to do the work on themselves and treat somebody decent. Like, no, I don't have time to raise real adults. Look, and unfortunately, just because a person is an adult, they still have a spirit of a child because they're not doing the inner work on themselves. They still act and operate as a child. Whatever they were traumatized, whatever age they were traumatized, they still have the emotional bandwidth of that 16-year-old, 14-year-old. Let me tell you something. I saw a 60-year-old. That lady was 60. I think that lady was 60. She was in her 50s then. I was a little younger. It was years ago. Have a whole tantrum like a teenager. I never experienced that in my life. I never seen anything like that in my life because I was raised. When you're raised different and you're raised to, put your elders and older people on a pedestal and have high regards for them, and then they pull some foolishness like that, like have a tantrum. I was appalled. That shocked me. I thought I was being punked or something. Like I'm like, I can't believe this lady is having a whole tantrum at her old age. 50 is not old anymore, but and she was like 55 at the time, maybe 50. I mean, a straight up tantrum like a little kid. I never saw anything like that before. I was shocked. I'm like, this lady having a tantrum. I never saw an adult have a tantrum because they couldn't get their way. They couldn't get their way. I mean, pouting and everything. I'm like, what in the world? What is this? I'm like, what is this? So, anywho, I gotta go. I'm sorry you're going through that, but yeah, family could be the best thing to do is disassociate yourself. You don't have to hate your family. You don't have to hate them, but sometimes you have to distance yourself. And you do have to let people know that you're not with that. You got to let people know you're not going to treat me like this. I'm not going. I don't treat you like this, and I'm not going to allow. First of all, I don't treat myself this way, and then I'm not going to allow no one else to treat me this way. That's how you have to look at it. So, but I understand. But you all can go purchase my book. This is my book, How to Play the Cards You've Been Dealt. I'm gifting this to someone, actually, in a few. But go purchase my book on Amazon. This is my name, Monique McCray Jackson, Coach Monique. But I wrote a book, How to Play the Cards You've Been Dealt. This is, I must say so myself, this is a good book. Just teaching you how to face life, like teaching you basically what I talk about online all the time. Just navigating. It is hard to navigate life, navigate people. It can be difficult, right? Because everybody don't have the knowledge and understanding. Sometimes people just need a confirmation to know that they're not alone, they're not alone in all the things they have to deal with, right? And I've dealt with a lot of stuff. But my thing is, I don't let things keep me down. I refuse to be controlled by my circumstances. Okay, I refuse to become a victim. I'm not going to give people that much power over me. My goal is to be better. Where if someone left me last year, I'm not going to be at that place. I'm not going to be stuck in my childhood crying over my mom and she didn't do this because my mom was an addict. My dad wasn't. I'm not that type of person. I like to rise above things. I like to, like they say, I like to turn lemon into lemonade. No, I may not have had a great start. I may not have had what you had, and I don't compare myself, but what I am going to do is I'm gonna play the cards I've been dealt. Whatever hand life gave me, I got to deal with that. Okay, I got to deal with that. No, I didn't have this. No, my dad wasn't there. Yes, I've been abused. No, I didn't have this. But one thing I do have, I have a fight in me. I'm resilient. I believe in God. I trust that God will get me through anything, and I'm gonna use that. I'm just not a victim. I'm not that person. I've always had a good attitude, and I've always been this person like, you know what? What can I learn from this? No, my mom wasn't there, but what could I learn? I could be a better mom. Okay, I can be a good mom, right? No, my dad wasn't there. I can lean into my heavenly father, right? So I'm just not that person. I'm not going to let nobody, no circumstance, nothing keep me from being positive, keep me from having good energy. I'm not going to allow that. Let me get in here. Flo got to go. I'm going to get Flo washed. So this is Flo. My hair is Flo. She's touching my shoulders right now. She's kind of been a little arrogant. Look, Flo kind of being a little arrogant today. She's on my shoulders, so she's showing out. Listen, I talk to my hair. Tabitha Brown got Donna. I have Flo. So don't judge me, y'all. I can have Flo. Okay, let Flo be great. And yeah, don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me. I try not to get too personal here, but my personality is going to come out. But I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. Yeah, don't let things hold you down. Don't let life hold you down. That's all I can tell you. Don't let life beat you down. Figure out a way to get and rise above it. Whatever you gotta do that's not going to compromise your integrity, that's not going to put you in jail or send you to hell. Okay? Take you out of here. Hopefully you don't go to hell. I didn't mean to say that. But um do things that are legal, okay? Let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this story. I gotta go. I had a oh let me go. I think my hairdresser ready for me. I had a when I was in grad school, we were talking about businesses. You need to come out. Oh, when I was in grad school, are you leaving there? Are you leaving? You leaving? Well, okay, all right. I'm backing up. I remember I was in grad school and we were talking about um we were talking about businesses and things like that, right? And I remember the professor asking, did we have, and it was just so funny and so timely. The professor was asking, did we have any family members, that had a business, right? And so I asked the professor, I said, do you mean legal or illegal? And I don't know why that was just so funny to the class. I guess the way I said it, yeah, got some people got a few illegal businesses. It depends. um, yeah. I say it all depends, but I just thought that was so funny how I just said it, illegal business or a legal business. I thought it was so funny. I wonder should I stay here or pull up? Oh, I guess I'll stay here on the road. But yeah, I thought that was too funny. But you all be blessed.